going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed the holiday. Little 4th of July celebrating going on. Hope you all stayed safe. No JPP accidents out there, anything like that. But appreciate each and every one of you taking the time, whether you're watching this live, watching this later. Hope you all enjoyed your time. I had to take the day off. Quite a busy day, but we're back. It's sicko season, and we're here to talk some effing birds. So let's go. Now, I want to start off the show with a big shout out, some prayers to my man Darius out there taking a stand for men out there. My man, prayers out to you. But look, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well. We've got a little bit of fun tonight. So the Eagles posted another one of these $15 fantasy lineups, but this time it is the defense, and this one is loaded with a lot of my childhood favorites, some favorites from the last few years. So there's some real good ones here, but we're going to take a look at that, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. Who is your perfect five-man lineup here with the $15 given? I'll show you that here in a second, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Appreciate you all, but let's get rocking and rolling. Hello there, Dylan. Hope you are doing well, my man Justin. Let's go. Love to see that those damn notifications are finally reaching out to some of you. I know a lot of you complain about that. FU notifications, but love you, dude. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you had a great Independence Day. And let's talk some effing birds, baby. And look, this was definitely one that I found very intriguing because a lot of talent to talk about here. Again, a lot of my childhood favorites, my dad's favorites, grandfather's favorites. A lot of really great players here. So you got the Reggie Whites up there, the Dawkins, Eric Allen. This was, because every time I'm looking, I'm like, well, I got to have this guy. I'm like, yeah, but if I have this guy, then I can't have this because, holy Now, there is two guys that will always, to the day I die, be two of my favorites. And, Brian Dawkins is my favorite of all time, but Reggie White, he is right up there with him. And I think if I were able to watch him more than just being a little baby child, I would have liked him more. But I remember him more on the Packers than I do the Eagles, from that age. I was really young when he was an Eagles player. So I'll always love him. But I think Doc, being able to watch his career, almost his entire career here on the Eagles, that's something special. And the dude, he'll drive you, man. But you see so many effing great players. Look at the ends. You start off, you got Clyde Simmons, Trent Cole, Hugh Douglas, Brandon. Just off the bat, I was like, oh, I know this is going to be ridiculous. And you see the D tackles, the linebackers loaded. A lot of guys I love. The corners, oh, hell yeah. Now, you've got guys obviously not listed like Bobby Taylor, Lito Shepherd, but how do you decide who the hell you're putting up there? And look, you're just getting what you get here. I didn't make this, but I think you could definitely make a lot of awesome lineups here. You see the safeties. Oh, my God. You've got one of the best duos at safety the Eagles have ever had. Wes Hopkins and Andre Waters there. My father, oh, my. If he were still here today, he would talk your ear off about those two knocking heads off. Now, knocking heads off, you've still got Quentin Michael, Malcolm Jenkins, and Brian Dawkins there. So, oh, my. Lots of great options here. I want to hear, who do you have? Now, I know some people got creative. There was one in particular. I cannot remember who you are, but you picked out 6 players. Hey, you could pick out as many as you want, build how you want, but I'm sticking with the 5, trying to piece together because it makes it a little more complicated. And, for me, starting off the bat, this one had to have Reggie and Doc in one of these. And hell, you give me this lineup, and I am just fine with that. Hollis Thomas at D tackle, William Thomas at linebacker, Troy Vincent, one of my favorite corners of all time. You guys have heard me talk about it. Maybe you've missed it, but when I was younger, I was able to go to, one of the Eagles camps that they held where you got to go throughout the training facility. You got to throw the ball with some of them, do all that kind of stuff. But at one point, we got to go learn about the defense, and this is where my training began as a very young man. Now, I played football, but learning from an NFL player, and it was much different from when I was learning in high school football. So, I love Troy Vincent. I will always have a special place in my heart for him. NFL Player Association president. Love that dude. So getting him on that list, I was happy to do so because, well, he will always be one of my favorites. And it was definitely hard for me to decide. But just like with the offense, I'm going to show you a few options of things I put together, kind of maybe help you guys out, give you a little bit of a, I don't know, use what you want. I don't care. But look, this is something. Trot, one of my favorites of all time. I had to have him here. If you want this to help lead the way on yours, that's fine. But you see guys like Hugh Douglas, Hollis Thomas for $2, $1. I was able to get Trot, Asante Samuel, and Dawkins all in the back end there. Oh, yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that one. I think this is such a even out, and I love Reggie, but I think, being able to get Trotter there, not to say that William Thomas isn't amazing. You've still got Hollis Thomas there, but, you're getting Asante Samuel instead of Troy Vincent, and you're getting Trotter instead of William Thomas. So you don't have to do that. And obviously Hugh Douglas is not Reggie White, but if you did not watch Hugh Douglas play, he was pretty effing amazing. Love that dude. And then another one I had on here where, I think for me, obviously, Jerome Brown, way too short of a career, cut short. That's a big bummer. This kid would have been, he already was special, but he would have really broken records. He would have been, oh my, as a D tackle, he was something out of this world. So wanted to put him on here. And in doing so, I was able to get Trent Cole, had to move Doc out. But dude, you got Andre Waters there and Sheldon Brown, one of my favorite corners as well. Dude, this lineup right here. Oh, man, I love the Hunter, Trent Cole. I mean, all these guys together, the Axeman, Trotter. Oh, my, that would be quite the lineup there. Then I've got one more for you here. And again, if you're watching this live, watching this later, I'd love to hear who you've got. And, these could go any way, man. Whoever your favorites are, whatever, let me know who you have to have. But, Trent Cole, you see again with Hollis Thomas, Trotter making his rounds. But I had to get Eric Allen in one of these. This is the most disrespected corner in the game. I cannot believe that he is still not in the Hall of Fame. I have been clamoring since way before I even did this. So pretty wild to see that. The disrespect is unreal, but you still got Andre Waters there. I think this lineup, this would be quite fantastic, and I would be happy with that one. Now, clearly this is fantasy, man. You're just having fun with it. It's Madden-esque, right? You're just looking at the hypotheticals here. So a lot of things, it really depends on how you grew up, who you grew up learning from, whatever it is, man. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And those two, wanted to start off with that, but you could go so many different ways there. There are so many great players, and I'd love to hear what you guys have there. But yo, my man, William, appreciate you taking the time. I am actually about to head out here. Got to run to the store, get some things together, going to the beach on Monday. So let's rock and roll. I told you I'll go live, do anything I can in the meantime. But once I get back, we're going to be doing the training camp battles, all that stuff, breaking down this roster, getting ready for training camp a few weeks away. Let's effing go. We're getting through this sicko season. I told you. We'll do it one day at a time here. And, once we get through the vacation, all this stuff, like this kind of stuff, I don't mind talking about this. I know you guys like it, but it's the off season. That's why we're doing this stuff. Sicko season. I usually like to break things down, but I know I'm trying to change the show, try to get more content that people are looking for and less of what I want and more of what you want, so less breakdowns and talking the football stuff and more of this stuff. So if there's ever anything you want more of or feel there should be less of, whatever it may be, please feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I want to make this show the best I possibly can for you. So always here to hear your thoughts. And I'm, of course, always here to talk some birds. So if you're watching this later, comment down below. Let me know who you've got on your squad. I'll show you one more time here. If you got anything from this, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. You can always subscribe, join us live when we're talking some birds. But look, man, a lot of great options. So I would love to hear all of yours out there. I got to get rolling, though. But I will be back tomorrow. Got some stuff to talk about. And then on Friday, we're going to have Fan Friday, of course. This weekend, I'm going to try to get some things out to you. Then I'll be off, and then I'll be back. And oh, my God, we'll be getting ready for training camp. Let's effing go. I cannot wait. So if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. You want to talk about life, about the birds, whatever it may be, always here for you guys, as you are for me. Cannot thank you enough. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great night. Stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now, Go Birds!